Okay, I just want to start this video off by saying I'm going to try to keep myself composed, which is going to be hard. But I want to start this video off by saying I have nothing against transgender people until now. I never gave a fuck what you guys were doing or what you wanted to do or what your beliefs were. I still don't give a fuck what your beliefs are. When you started putting it in our faces and making and forcing us to go along and spread your bullshit, because that's what most of it is fake fucking news for the most part. You guys like to spread science and this. You're so full of shit and backwards, you don't fucking know if you're coming or going. So, until you started forcing it down my face and everybody else's face, and my kids' face, and bring it into our schools, now we've got a fucking problem. And trust me, it's not going to keep going this way. Because it's always the 1% that the rest of the world bends over backwards for. Even though we don't fucking agree with it, we still keep our mouth shut. And I think people are getting really sick of fucking listening to the bullshit and propaganda. And basically, this is going back to men transitioning into women to play women's sports, or transitioned and started playing women's sports. You could say whatever the fuck you want, but as a man, you've got a better starting base than a woman ever will. You've got better bone structure, bone density, muscle mass, strength, endurance. The list goes on for a man. So they can go and play a sport, a female sport that a woman's busted her ass off for her whole life to become great at. And you can go in and you've already got that base. You've already got that starting point that beats all women. So it doesn't necessarily mean you need skill, like in powerlifting or running, which takes some technique. But you could still sprint and smoke a woman with some training in a second. So, is it wrong? Yes. Will we see it in sports? I think not. I think in a year, people are going to be so fucking frustrated. Because nobody cares. Nobody fucking cares that a fucking man transitioned and won a fucking race, a relay race, or powerlifted. We're laughing. We're thinking it's fucking comical. Because you know what it is? It's super funny to me that a man wants to go into a female fucking sport, even though you're transitioning into a female, and go against them. Now, is it because you sucked at sports your whole life and got smoked by every man out there? So now you got to be a big girl as a man and go smoke them and then be like, look at me, rah, rah, rah. Because you do. I'm laughing at you, and I know 90% of the world is too, and nobody cares. And nobody's going to recognize what you've done because it's wrong. It's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong. And it's not going to keep happening. So stop it. Nobody cares. And it's fucking embarrassing, man. It's fucking embarrassing. I heard today also, this is going to be quick, that for the Women's Extinction Award that they give out in Saskatoon, it's a big banquet that for women that have busted their asses off their whole fucking life, for the jobs, like for their business or, whatever, and they get recognized for it. They've got a fucking guy, transgender man, talking at this woman's thing now. This is how fucked up our world is. Just because we gotta please transgender people, we gotta have them speaking at things that they have no fucking part of. They just transitioned. These women have been women their whole lives and worked their fucking asses off to get to where they need to get. And we've got a guy that's transitioned in the last 6 months gonna come in and tell them what a great job they've done in their life and they want to hear her story? Fuck that. If I was sponsoring that thing, that banquet this weekend, I would pull out ASAP. And if I was going to it, or getting an award, I wouldn't show up either. It's wrong. You need somebody that's done it, been there, and can speak about it, that's proud of what they've done. to talk there. Not some fucking guy that's transitioning into a woman that now has a right to go speak on behalf of other people when they have never walked a fucking day in their shoes in their life. Shame on you. This is fucking wrong again. We're going to have a huge podcast in here about this whenever I can get my shit together. And it's going to go on for an hour and a half. And we're going to break everything fucking down about how wrong it is. And from change rooms to training to life. How wrong it is on every level. And we're going to get into it fucking deep. And sorry, not sorry. That's all I'm going to fucking say about it. Because shit needs to change. And this world is fucked up. And it's fucked up because we're bending over backwards for the 1%. Again, we did this before and we've learned a lesson. Open your fucking eyes. Start saying shit. I know everybody. I talk to people every fucking hour. Everybody's on the same page. But nobody really wants to say too much because they're so worried about what? Another fucking human in this world that might come back and say something harmful to you? Who gives a fuck about that? Speak up. Say something, people. Do something about it if you don't agree. Because this is fucking wrong and we all know it is. And it needs more than one person to say something. And that's it. Bottom line.